Hey everybody, welcome back to We Are Podcast Network. This is We Are Error Season 3, Episode 2, Cutting Edge Haunted House. If this is your first time checking out the podcast, thank you so much. Please go to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. We're at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at /We Are Podcast. With that said, on to the podcast.
We Are Error.
Hey everybody, welcome to the We Are Error Podcast.
Hey everybody.
Fuck you, Javi. This is Duck. I am here with
Jake
and
Javi.
And what is the We Are Error Podcast? It's a podcast where we talk about movies, entertainment, or whatever the fuck we want to talk about. Not you. Flipping you out.
Me?
Because you're mocking me. And ladies and gentlemen, if this is
I mock with love, bro.
what I've been saying is if this is the first time you've listened to the podcast, we appreciate it. Thank you. I know every time you listen to a new podcast is a new experience, but trust me, you're going to have a great time.
Is this season
If
3
you
episode
like what you heard, like, share, and subscribe.
and you're going to love this shit.
Damn.
And we are going to talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about, because it's fun just to sit with my friends and have a conversation
Whatever
about
cares.
cool shit. And today we're going to talk a little bit about this,
Smidgen of pigeon.
a little bit about that,
Little this, little that.
and we're going to talk about the haunted house we went to.
The haunted house.
Now, we are located in the DFW area, Dallas-Fort Worth, don't confuse it, and we went to one of the top 13 haunted houses in the United States, is that right? DFW Haunted House!
Well, with that fucking end, this shit actually be number one. That legit fucking kill me.
Okay, we are going to get to that. We're going to save that for the end, okay? So the name of the place, the name of the game, the name of the haunted house was...
My favorite D.B. Sweeney movie.
Is that the name of the haunted house?
Cutting Edge.
Welcome to my favorite D.B. Sweeney movie.
Is there a... Wait, there's more than one?
Yeah, was there more than one?
Oh, wait, no, I was
There's
thinking, you know what? Sweeney Todd. That would make a great name for a Sweeney Todd movie also.
My
though.
favorite
But yes, D.B.
Sweeney Todd
Sweeney, Phoebe
Original,
Cates,
yep.
they're ice skaters. He's a hockey player who goes blind in one eye.
Are we
has
talking
to learn-
about the lead singer from We're
Nah,
Not
man.
Gonna Take It?
D.B. Sweeney was the head actor in the movie Fire in the Sky who
Yeah,
got
he was the guy
Travis.
that abducted.
Yeah.
No, what movie is that?
You haven't seen Fire in the Sky, bro?
No. Is it an
Holy
alien
fuck, he doesn't even like
Bro.
scary alien movies. And this is like one of the scariest alien
I
movies
hate
ever.
alien
Terrified
The
me.
last
Holy
alien
shit,
movie...
it's based on a true story.
The last alien movie I watched was The Fourth Kind, and that was probably 4 or 5 years ago, with smoking hot, Liv Tyler's in that.
Yeah.
Liv Tyler's.
Joaquin No.
Oh, it is a Joaquin
Mila
also.
Jovovich.
Yeah.
It was Mila Jovovich.
She's so
Joaquin
fucking hot.
Mila Jovovich Phoenix.
Oh my gosh, shut up. That was the last. I can't do alien
Lethal
movies.
Dallas.
They freak me out.
This
yeah,
was gonna fuck up,
this
man.
one was, and it came out in like 97,
Right.
98, and it still holds up. Like, but it's based on a true story. These guys that go logging in
That's what I'm saying. I saw it at like an Unsolved Mysteries with Robert Stack back when I was like 12 or something on Lifetime, God knows why.
You're
And
talking about Fourth Kind.
well, this you remember?
Oh, the story, the Travis
Unsolved
Walton
Mystery-
story.
Unsolved
Yeah, the
Mysteries.
Travis Walton story.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they talked
Yeah.
about the moon
Yeah.
chasing them, and that's why it freaked me out so bad. Is because when the moon's like a full moon, that story was like we saw the moon, but it wasn't the moon.
Oh yeah.
And then it chased us down, and next thing we're getting probed, and I'm feeling good. It was fucked up. But it freaked me out.
is out there butt ass
He's running through there screaming.
Come on, aliens, take me
It was just a gay gangbang. That's all that
Oh
was.
man,
going
but
on.
that scene though, when they
We're logging each other.
We're logging hard. Take it back.
There's a scene where he got abducted and shit, and like they cover him with this membrane, and he just kind of seems like, and they poke a hole in it. And he goes, but this whole scene was fucked up because they poke out just one eye,
One
dude.
eye, and
The
he can
one
see
eye, and
them
you can
looking
see
over
and
them.
You just like see it fill up with blood and shit. It was fucked up.
Yeah.
Speaking of suffocations,
That
we're gonna
actually
get to
might
that.
be my favorite D.B. Sweeney movie. Well, actually, fuck you. Lonesome Dove.
Lonesome Dove. Which, by the way, I'm going to watch soon.
You need to.
We can do a whole podcast. I don't even care.
Oh, yeah,
because
it's
I-
fine. No, it's
I'm
not
totally
the
down.
time. It's not the time.
All right, Cutting Edge. It is the largest walkthrough area for a haunted house. The Guinness Book World Records. It has won that before. I was shocked the line wasn't that long when we got there. When you get there, you have to sign a waiver right away, so that you go up the little.
It's the wait going in that's the longest part.
And literally we went through it. We got there. We went through the metal
I think
detector.
we did about half hour just standing there.
Well, here's the
more
thing.
than that.
We got in the
Yeah,
line.
it was way more than that.
We got in the line and we didn't realize we had to buy tickets first.
Yeah.
So me and Jake popped out of the line real quick. went and grabbed our tickets. Javi stayed in line, popped back in. Javi, we caught him at the perfect time. Boom, we're in, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I thought that literally, with that weird-looking punk rock half-meth girl came up, and she was like, she was screaming something about people chasing her and shit, and I'm like,
okay, so
is this part of the event?
Yeah,
or?
I couldn't understand her at all. I thought she was like, hey, I'm trying to cut in line with my friends, do you mind? But no, she was just hiding from a guy that had a chainsaw.
Right, and I was like, what's your end game, meth head? And also,
what do you mean? I'm coming over here to avoid my end game.
Exactly. But that's, I was like, is she trying to get in line with us? I'm like, well, you know.
I didn't mind.
Well, I didn't mind either.
Come on in.
Yeah,
I didn't mind getting in line.
I just had to cut back into line, so whatever.
Yeah, and then on top of that, they had the, oh yeah, we could definitely cut a line on that meth out bitch. I would have. Just so you guys know, I would have.
Cut plenty of lines with that.
Dirty bitch. So then they had a DJ. They were playing music, dancing.
That was the scariest part, honestly. Like when they were playing the Cupid Shuffle or the Wobble Wobble or something. I was like, holy shit, this is scary as fuck. This reminds me of being like the DJ at Stadium.
Well, oh, really? Like you had to play that weird stuff, like get the people pumped again?
No. Walking by yourself, walking by yourself.
They did have a contest. That was cool. And then when you get to the front, they put it in.
Was it?
I mean, whatever. I was entertained.
I mean, look, it was probably the biggest night of the year because it was the last weekend before Halloween.
And Saturday night.
Exactly.
Or Sunday night.
Sunday night. But either way, it was the last weekend of the year that they were going to be open.
And, I mean, the atmosphere around it going in was good. It was
everybody
fun.
was fucking pumped.
The marching band that came out, that was cool. Coming out playing taps and then just going to town
so
like
dope.
boom, 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 boom,
Flamadiddle, Flamadiddle.
I thought that was really cool. And I guess the guy who runs this haunted house was a marching band
it was Nick Cannon from Drumline.
He was Nick Cannon from Drumline.
No, actually it was Orlando Jones.
Well, I did the math. Do you know how much they would have made a night? Because tickets were like $45.
Dude, they fucking killed it. That's why, okay, besides them killing people inside the haunted house that we all know that they did, they killed it. Thank you.
Because what you guys don't know is we actually set this up to kill Javi.
Yeah.
The Jhavest.
We were going to have the Jhavest.
Yeah.
We need to make sure the pumpkin patch is full next year. And the
Pumpkin
Jhavest,
patch?
The pumpkin patch. We're going to make sure that the Jhavest is a good one. Yeah. Javi thought we were going to kill him.
But then it's like, oh, you know what? He's actually a good shit, so we didn't kill him.
We didn't. But he almost died.
Yeah.
I did.
To be continued.
We almost had to sacrifice him.
Oh, God, literally.
Wouldn't it be weird if we would have shanked him in that place that we ended up eventually?
No one would have. Everyone like, oh my God, what happened? He got shanked.
Because you were
I like how you're asking me, hey, would it be weird if we would have just shanked Javi in the haunted house? Like, yeah, that would be very fucking weird. We were going there as a joke to just...
But the Jhavest must have it.
But I really meant this, the Jhavest.
Finally get in. You said the worst part was at the very opening of the haunted house, which was the twisty tunnel that makes you feel like you're falling over. Oh, by the way, we drank a shit ton before we we got really drunk.
Yeah.
We sobered up a little bit in line, not enough.
I sobered the fuck up, man. That wait was terrible.
It wasn't that bad, man. It was only about 45 minutes.
No, not like...
Yeah, but it's not that. It's the anticipation building up for him.
Like,
So somebody who's never been to a haunted house before,
Right.
and I get that. Like, you sober up like that.
Well, like
right?
you said, when you were younger, terrified.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and so you said it would be like you went with your older brother to a haunted house and you were like freaking out the whole time. I've been to a couple. Javi has never been to a haunted house.
And he went to one of the fucking scariest ones ever.
If not the scariest one, 100%. I was terrified.
Oh, my God.
Javi, overall experience, what do you think?
I had a fucking ball. I really liked it. I caught myself thinking, I could go to a haunted house again today. That was pretty fucking fun.
Was that shit not fun?
Yeah.
That was
fucking
fun.
great.
I think, for me, twofold. One, and y'all don't know this, watching Javi react to things is one of my favorite things on the fucking planet. He literally... Everything, watching a movie with Javi, going to an event with Javi, haunted house with Javi. I was like, come on, you gotta be kidding me. It's gonna be the best time ever.
Yeah,
He's shaking almost before we go in. You can see the trepidation on his face.
It was cold outside also. He didn't have a hoodie.
I don't think that's what it was. I think he was... Yeah, it was...
I was shaking, and I was fucking nervous.
I actually cuddled with you for a while.
I remember.
That's not true, but it is kind of true.
You did. You like had your hand on my back.
I was like, yeah. I did rub your back for a second. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? Get off me, you perv.
I think we both did.
Yeah.
We were
trying to make you feel safe.
It's like you were trying to calm a horse before you put a fucking nail in its head. It was like, whoa.
I mean, the Jhavest must happen.
This is your lucky quarter.
Yeah.
Look at the flowers, Javi. Look at the flowers, Javi.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and also,
Mice of men.
you were nervous, and we got into the haunted house.
Rabbits.
Javi says to me before we get in the haunted house, he goes, Duck, please stay behind me. And I was like, okay, I will. I got your back. No problem. So Jake's leading, Javi's in the middle, I'm in the back.
I got 6.
We go in, it starts with that twisty-turny thing. And you said later, that threw you off a little bit with that turning tunnel.
Walking straight in there immediately, that was like, oh, okay, because I've already got a little bit of a buzz on.
Right.
So the spinning tunnel is painted, I'm sure, if anybody's listening that has been through haunted houses, you probably have encountered this before. You go to any fun house at any fair, whatever. It's a neon-painted fucking hallway. It looks like the fucking galaxy, pretty much, and it's just spinning around you. But the bridge is stable.
Right.
Is the bridge stable?
Yes.
It felt like it
That's
wasn't.
just a
Exactly.
tip.
That's the whole fucking point.
It's
of
an
it.
optical illusion to throw
and
you
so
off.
it fucks you up so much.
I just got dizzy thinking about it.
Yeah, what I did was I looked down, but I made the mistake at the end. I looked straight up, and I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to fall.
They only give you these chains to hold on to.
Right,
so
really
you're just like kind of like, and then you're still like, and they know you're doing that. You're like jerking back and forth, like, it's unstable at all.
They had video on the monitor in the line
Yeah.
of that, just showing people
just
looking around
people like, ooh.
So we get in, and almost immediately, the fog hits you. And you're like, what the fuck? And then you start going through what I thought was so cool. Rows and rows of, like, coat racks. And there's just, like, dirty shirts and whatnot.
That was fucking awesome.
That was so cool. It really said it. Like, it felt like you were moving into a dream, almost.
Because what you didn't realize is that 5 feet behind those clothes racks, they have space for people to hide behind.
Right.
So they're just popping out, but it's filled with miles. I mean, it seems like
it goes forever.
Yeah, it seems like, you're like walking a mile, and it's nothing but just laundry.
And did you
hanging up on
notice
fucking-
the more and more it went, the more enclosed it got?
Oh, yeah.
By the
That
third,
freaked
by
me
the
the
third.
fuck out.
Yeah.
So like it kind of zigzagged through like a Z. So the first one spaced out, the second one, and the third one it's claustrophobic, and like people were jumping out. And I was like, this is so dreamlike. It really brought me into the illusion.
Yeah.
So you already kind of threw me off and threw off my equilibrium. Now you're kind of making me claustrophobic. I'm like, this is working. Plus, people are popping things in your face, popping their hands up to your face. You're just like, what the fuck is this? I've got a big grin on my face. I'm listening for the Hobbs. Were you freaked out at that point?
Well, I know I didn't get freaked out until the clown section. Other than that, like, because I was actually talking like, oh, what's up, man? Excuse me.
Okay.
Like, I was actually being somewhat courteous to the people trying to scare me.
Well, there were small breaks. There were 2 breaks in between, about a third of the way through and 2/3 of the way through. The first break was like a drum line, and I guess that was to kind of break up the groups a little bit.
Yes, it was.
And we went in. The first one, these guys are just dressed up in like neon ghost skeleton paint, and they're playing the drums and they're playing some pop music.
It was fucking awesome.
I'm like, this is really cool. And then Jake took a picture and got yelled at.
So what I did was we were in the line next to the exit, so like we still had another zig to zag before we came across in front of the drumline players. Right. So I'm looking over at the exit whenever you leave the drumline section, and there's a big sign that says no cell phones.
Meanwhile, everyone's filming on this.
Yeah, everybody's filming, but I specifically took a picture of the sign that said no
flash.
cell phone zone, and this lady's like, hey!
She did, and she was like 4'1". She was like, "Stop it, mister."
I was like, "This is the scariest part of the whole fucking ride."
Oh my god, I gotta leave. Where's the exit?
Christ, holy goddamn!
Sweet Jesus, Scooby.
Like, this is super scary.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even do it for 3 Scooby snacks.
So we get through that. The next section was like a morgue almost, but they kind of mixed it up a little bit. And like, it wasn't all themed here and there, but there was a morgue area, there was a meat grinding area or something.
So there was one point where we came through, and I was pointing at what we thought was a mirror.
That was cool. And the guy
I saw that happen.
through.
That was fucking dope.
When that guy jumped through.
But I was so done. I was like, everybody look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Notice how you don't notice your reflection?
Yeah, that was awesome.
And then,
dude, that was so cool. When he jumped through, it was like an insane asylum.
Oh,
person,
yeah,
and
dude.
it just popped through, and I was like, that's awesome.
fucking dope.
Chainsaw. How did you react to the chainsaw? Did they come after you? Because he zigzagged on me, and I was like, oh, shit.
Dude
that's kinda
got
fucked
so
up.
close to my face several times, but I'm just...
You're like, whatever. Fuck
Jake was
it.
just like walking like,
Yeah, like a pimp.
I just tried to slow it down, like, let's make it smooth.
Yeah, let's make it fun. And then when we got to the room with the fish line that was hanging down, it got in my mouth, and I inhaled some of it. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, that
fucked
kind
up.
of sucked.
like when we got into the clown section.
All right, let's get to the clown section.
Are we not there yet?
Almost.
Not yet.
There was one more break that there was a music act and they were playing a Tool song. That was really cool. It was
Yeah,
like a
they
hillbilly
had
band.
the... Okay, so the first they had the reggae fucking zombies, and
Right.
then the second act they had the fucking country zombies.
Yeah, hillbilly.
Yeah.
That was really good. And they were playing Chisholm, I think it was. That
Yes.
was fucking awesome.
No, they're playing Sober.
Sober, that's what it
Yeah.
was. And it was such a good fucking cover, too.
Oh.
So, by the time we got to the clown section, Javi went first for the clown section.
Instant regret.
You go into a room, and they kind of set up that it's going to be the clowns, because they have killer clowns and different clowns.
I'm so proud of them, though.
And Jake's like, Javi's leading. So Hobbs gets up there, feeling like he got a big dick, because he does.
He does.
Because he does.
That big
You
DE.
hear about them Magnum condoms and the fucking... Literally, I got in his truck, and he's like, let me get these Magnum condoms out. It's like 3 spindles of it. Like, we went
He's got him on like a fucking toilet paper roll.
I was going to say, remember when you went to the dentist and they had a roll of fucking stickers and shit like that? It was just Magnum condoms coming out.
You take one on your way out.
Don't worry, I'll never use that. Just wrap it around my big balls. So...
McBang.
Hey everyone, it's just Duck jumping in here real quick to say thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you're enjoying it, please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. And if you're enjoying the podcast today, please share with your friends. It's the only way we can grow this network. With that said, back to the podcast. Get it up to that, and Javi's ready to go. And Jake actually got yelled at because he was sitting on the handrail. I don't know if you saw.
You got yelled at twice by staff.
They're like, sir.
Yeah.
So
This is supposed to be spooky. You're not supposed to be having a good time here. No lounging, no picture taking. I don't care if you're on vacation from anywhere. This is private.
I don't care if you know Sergeant Slaughter.
So Hobbs gets up to the front of the line. Like, you walked in like a pimp at first. At first.
At first.
At what point? I hadn't heard you screaming much. I think because you had Jake in front of you and you felt safe. But when you were at the head of the line, I heard a couple.
When all hell broke loose.
I heard a couple yips from you.
Like, I was walking up. I don't know if you guys saw, but I saw this one clown standing on the fucking cube. It was like, bro, don't you fucking move. I can see you blinking. And I was like, close, you fucking move. Oh, you fucking asshole, you fucking got me.
There was one point we walked through and he's like, holy shit, you scared me.
Like, I was surprised that person was doing their job.
It's like, hey, he's just doing his job, Javi. And I turned around, past the guy on the show, I was like, hey, keep it up,
Did
man.
we put money on the fact that we thought he was going to punch somebody out? We were positive.
I almost did. Like, there was this one guy holding a fucking, I guess a scythe or like a reaper staff or whatever. Like, that was the one guy that patted me on the back because he came out of nowhere, he got really close, and I grabbed his fucking stick. And it was just like, and I was like, oh, dude, you fucking scared me, man.
Some folks call it scythe, I call it a blade.
Well, that's the thing is, don't fear.
creeper king.
You heard the song, "Don't Fear the Reaper," man. You were safe up until the end. So we get to the clown section.
I should have bitched
The
out.
next section, you guys made me lead, which I could see how that could fuck you up a little bit because
That
when
was
I had
a
you guys,
strobe light. I fucking
the
hated
strobe light fucked me up
With
hardcore.
the clothesline and the
Right.
sheets on it.
Yeah, dude,
That shit was fucking
it was
retarded.
trippy. Now, for me, that's like when I trip, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about, tracers and shit like that. That fucked me up. And I'm literally, you were covering your eyes too,
I was
think.
looking down.
I was too. Did you look down or were you
No,
just all
I was trying to
raped?
make y'all look at me because every time the light flashed, I
I
was
saw
in a
you were
different
just like,
position.
I
I
saw
was just
that.
like,
I was looking down, I didn't see that.
I was
dude.
doing like fucking all kinds of fucked up shit, just like,
I remember I looked up once and I caught a strobe light right to the fucking eyes and I couldn't see shit. And I started panicking. I screamed out, I was like, Jake! And I couldn't see it. And then I see this fucking guy just go,
he's on
Point
finger
that,
guns in different
yeah.
poses.
and it's like there's the after
every
image too
time.
with the fucking
Yeah,
strobe
exactly.
light.
I missed
So,
it. I was looking down because it was fucking with me because I don't like strobing lights anyhow. It freaks me out. Oh, I missed out on something great.
oh, it was
It
so
was
fucking
fucking
fun.
hilarious.
Yeah, because every time the light went off, I was just like,
And I got lost. And I forgot to mention this in the line. There was a pair of Hispanic fucking lesbians who had sweet asses. I kept looking at them, and they were stuck in the strobe light room too. And I was just like, "There's those asses again." And it was like flash ass, flash ass, flash ass. I was like,
flash,
clown, fuck. I was like, ugh.
sorry,
We
my
did
bad.
we did get lost. Remember, like after the clown section, we couldn't like discover to go to the next
That was
section.
the one
That was
with
the
the
strobes.
fucking the strobes and the fucking
Sheets.
yeah.
Yeah.
So because we got off path, we went behind the sheets and walked behind the scenes.
We did.
and there were girls back there like that were on part of the show, like dancing, like no.
Like I saw a few employees.
Can
behind
you
the wall,
imagine
just
having
kinda
to work in the strobe room all fucking night?
that fucking music blaring? You
Oh,
can't see
dude,
shit.
that would suck.
Dude, those chicks that were working in were like 20, 21. I'm
So
sure
they're on
were,
ecstasy.
yeah, exactly. They're on Molly. They're just fucking like,
We on that Molly!
We went to the back and they were making out. We were like,
Dude,
hat.
This Molly's got me gone, man.
The speaker system in there was amazing.
It was good.
There was one point when we walked through whenever Sweet Dreams was playing by Marilyn Manson. I was
Oh,
like,
that
dude,
was
this
fucking
is
dope.
so fucking
That's true.
awesome.
The
because
music
you hear
selection was
ding,
cool as
ding,
shit.
ding, ding,
And
ding,
before we
ding,
went
ding,
in, they had
ding,
Marilyn Manson's
ding,
cover of
ding.
This Is Halloween playing.
Oh my god, yeah. Yes, that
Right
was
before
really
we walked
good.
in.
We
That was
walked
really
in
good.
to
And
that
we
one.
even all hate, we all hate Nightmare for Christmas.
We
It's
get it, we
crazy.
all
We
hate
all hate it. None of us like this, but we still like that song. We all
Jake
fucking...
was pointing that out too in the line. He's like, "Oh, by the way, we hate this," and he's sitting there jamming. I'm like, "Fuck, this sucks so bad." And the Javi's like, "I'm gonna get you. Hot
Yeah.
takes too, bitch."
That's so weird that we all hate this,
Oh,
though.
We get it. We hate it.
We hate it. You have to say it though. It's canon. It is canon.
He did. He
Yep.
said we got it. We hate it.
I hate it too.
That's so weird that you
Oh,
guys
it
hated
hurt.
this also.
It hurts so bad. If you don't know what we're talking about, go listen to
Here,
the
I
hot
thought I
takes.
was the only one, and we all hate it.
Once again, go listen to Hot Takes and you'll understand what we're talking about. So, all right, let's kind of fast forward. After the strobe room, I'm feeling all right. That did give me a little bit of a panic. A little bit.
After the strobe room, I was just fucking done.
A little bit, yeah.
So, did the strobe room came before the steps downstairs? We thought the strobe room was the end, right? And
Right.
then we all walked out, and then it was the downstairs portion.
Right.
That led into the fucking clown room. After
Okay.
that.
Yeah, that's right. we
The
had to go
clown room was
downstairs.
the very last part before
Okay.
we hit the fucking foam pit.
And the clown
So
room
whenever
was
we let the
so-so.
strobe room was fucked.
Yeah.
Like, that was really,
It
like,
really messed me
It was
up.
fucked,
tight.
yeah.
And it was
too.
like next to nothing in
That's-
there. It was just the
yeah,
strobes and the
it's-
sheets, but
it's
it was
more
enough.
psychological horror.
It really, and it made me panic a little bit. And I'm like, all right, I think I'm ready. And keep in mind, this is like a 45 to an hour long walk.
It's
through
like-
this
It doesn't even feel like it either.
almost like a
downstairs,
mile long.
upstairs. We got a guy behind us going, keep going, guys, keep
Yeah.
going, move the line.
So whenever we left there, then we see the stairs at the end. I was like, fuck, dude, are we done? Is this the end of it? It's
Yeah.
like, nope, wait in line. There's more.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's get to the very, very end, though. So we get to the end. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty good. I'm ready. And I had been warned by Mike about the foam, the bubble room. Now, I say it out loud, the bubble room. It sounds great. It sounds fun. We get up there. Mike had warned me about the bubble room, and I thought it was just a room with bubbles on the floor or something. Like, why the fuck is that scary? Why would that even bother you?
You saw the sign.
And I saw the sign. I pointed to Javi, and sorry to out you, but you're an asthmatic.
Yeah, and I'm also prone to panic.
I used to have asthma. We talked about that, but I haven't had it bother me in years. I'm a little bit claustrophobic, but I didn't think it'd be a big deal. Jake, you'd went through this before. Right?
I'm a penny pincher, and and if it's his first time through, if we're going to do it, we're going to pay the money for it.
Right.
Let's
Let's
do
get
it all the way
Now,
through.
you've experienced this before.
Oh, yeah,
You
it's
knew what we were
horrible.
going into.
Yeah.
Basically, to explain it the best way I can for those who are not going to go to this, the foam room begins by walking into what looks like a big foamy vagina. Okay? And it's goozing out. And then you think, okay, I'm just going to walk and there's going to be foam
I like how
around
you
me.
said goozing out. That was pretty
that
fucking
was
awesome.
goozing.
It was goozing. So, as you walk in, I didn't know what to expect. Now, I'd seen that there was an exit to the left side that was probably a good 50 yards. Let's say 50 yards, quarter football field. The bubble room to the right, you're like, ooh, bubble, bubble, bubbles. Start walking into it.
I started walking in. I was fine because it was like a tall guy ahead of us.
Right.
And he cleared a fucking tunnel.
And you were ahead of me, and you cleared the tunnel. Here's the problem. You walk in at first, and you're like, okay, this is kind of fucked up. This is kind of moving in on me. And then the bubbles, the foam, literally encapsulates you to the point where you cannot see in front of you. It is against your face. I had my sunglasses on at the time even. It's getting in my mouth. So Javi's following me at first, and I'm feeling bad for Javi because he's ahead of me, and I think you were ahead of Hobbs.
Yeah.
And I could see it just engulfing Javi, and I started panicking for you. I started feeling really bad.
I'm getting
Oh, dude, I know. I'm getting fucking triggered right now. I'm not even gonna lie. And then we get further in, and Javi disappears. He's gone.
Here's what's fucked up. My panic set in when it started caving in on me when we fucking stopped.
Right.
That fucking
The
pissed
line
me
did stop
off.
because
Yeah.
people had to have been freaking out in front of us. That's all I could figure.
Right.
Once it overtook me, and all you can see is white foam in front of your face. I had the glasses on, so I don't even know if you guys could see. The foam
I
was
couldn't
probably
see.
in your
I
I couldn't
eyes.
see
I couldn't
shit.
see shit.
I was kept constantly trying to wipe my face
Right.
off. I could hear
But you
Javi.
can't wipe your face off because the foam's
I would try to wipe my mouth away, and it would just be replaced by more foam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to beat it down, but there's just foam on top of it, so
Yeah.
you
I
can't.
even tried tucking my face into my shirt, but the foam went in there too, and I couldn't. It was like
Exactly.
getting waterboarded
This
because
is-
you're fucking soaked in there.
You are, and this is the thing that terrified me. I stopped, and all of a sudden, the panic from the claustrophobia, the foam getting in my mouth, the soapy feeling in my mouth, and hearing you scream in front of me. I don't remember what you said.
I'm about to fucking die.
And
Yeah.
that set me off, and I'm like, I'm going to fucking die. And that's all I could hear was pirouetting through my head, and I panicked. And I started going, move the fucking line! Move the line!
It's fucking terrible, man.
And I started moving ahead as quick as possible and pushing people out of my way. And it was
I was fucking barreling.
it was a good 30 seconds after that. It was like a religious experience. I thought I died. And keep in mind, you guys might not be able to see. Maybe your eyes are closed. I had my glasses on, so all I could see was white in front of me.
Fuck.
And
I
just,
had
like,
my eyes closed because all I had was foam in my eyes.
dude,
Yeah.
dude. I thought I died in there. I thought I literally had a come to God moment, and it wasn't, because I'm just like, this is how I end. And the panic set in. I'm triggered now. Like I said.
You're sweating.
Oh, dude, that was
It
terrible.
sucked.
Jake, you'd experienced this before, so you kind of knew what we were going into, and you said you had a way to beat it.
You
but
never
forgot.
You never get used to it, but yes, I actually mentioned to y'all before this.
Yeah.
Y'all might have thought I was in jest, but I was like, look, the only way to get through this thing is to walk backwards.
Right.
with your
I heard
hands
you
out.
say that, but I was like, this guy's being a smartass.
No,
yeah,
that
I
would have
was.
worked,
I was
I
being
think.
dead fucking serious, but, you know, we had the person in front of us leading. They already made a little tunnel in front of us, but
And like I
as soon
said-
as that stopped, everything starts closing in.
The panic really set in when I saw Javi. And ladies and gentlemen, Javi is 6'3", 6'4",
6'3".
and he's
Well,
just
6'1".
he's got a figure, and it's just like he was pushing through it, and that's what I saw him encapsulated it. I freaked out for him, and then when he disappeared, I lost my shit.
I was leading at this point, okay?
Right.
So whenever I felt it coming over my face where I couldn't see anymore what was going on, I mean, obviously I'm like, okay, this is not good.
Yeah,
But then I hear yelling behind me, and I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here. Then.
right.
Like,
And so did you guys barrel towards the exit at that point? Because that's what I did. I
I
I
started-
grabbed his shoulder, and I was like, come on, follow me. and
I
let's
started
go,
barreling
whatever,
until I hit
yeah.
a fucking wall, and that's when
Yeah.
I kind of went. I went from
That-
one side to
yeah.
another, and I turned around. I was like, I want to fucking die because I can't breathe.
That's actually when I freaked out too. When I hit the wall, and that's when I was like, "Is this a square room? Am I going in the right direction? I'm going
Right.
to die in this."
No,
foam.
it was a
I'm going to
corridor.
die."
We didn't realize
No,
it, though.
and you could just say enough like, "Oh, dude, it's so scary, so scary."
Yeah, that's like the most intense, real scary part of
Yes.
this fucking
Fucking-
shit.
And I would tell you what, like I said, it's like a religious experience because I came out on the other side. I felt like a little bit of a different person. It's a good experience to go through, actually.
Being
So
rebirthed.
it kind of, like I said, you enter the goopy vagina
Yeah.
and you come out on the other
I
side.
came out. There was like this black guy that works there and shit. He was like, "Are you all right?"
No, I don't even think he worked there.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
He
think
was
it
just
a guy,
standing
Yeah,
there?
I think it was a guy who was just filming everybody coming out, and he was like, "Come on, man, you made it."
yeah.
I was like,
And,
"Fuck."
and then I got to the other side. I couldn't find you guys at first. I was freaked out. I was like, "Where the fuck are they?"
You're too busy
And-
busting on some chick taking the shit.
We'll get there. We'll get there. So we get to the other side, and you're soaked by that end. Like by the end of it, you're just covered in bubbles, but
Yeah.
you're just soaked to the bone.
And it's like
freezing.
50 fucking
Yeah.
degrees outside.
It's
It
terrible.
was legit cold.
But it was an experience. Like I'm happy I had to do it.
Yeah.
I had
Or I
so
went
much
through it.
fun.
But at the same time, I don't know if I want to do that again.
Well, no.
Unless
no,
there was
no.
a hot chick attached to me. then I'd do it.
No. We can do it again. We'll just go to the express exit. next
Could do
time.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, not this year.
Do you
bitch."
think you could do it again?
I would do it again?
He would if we didn't have to go to the phone put.
I would do the phone pit,
Oh,
but
I'm-
I was going backwards.
That
You
too.
want to try that then?
I wouldn't mind trying next
Well,
year.
you
And
have
then
to
you-
lead because you fucking tower over both of us.
Yeah.
Also, imagine if you walk in and go, "I'll see you on the other side," and arms out, and you just totally back into it.
I just spread the phone pit
There
right
it
But
is.
now.
I already made a plan.
He destroyed the foam pit
Because I'm-
with his Jesusness.
I'm definitely going to go do the phone pit next year because I already made a plan. I'm going to go with a fucking bandana and some safety goggles.
Dude, I said get some flippers and get a snorkel. Boom, done.
Then the phone's going to go in the swamp.
Yeah, and then you're just gonna be lying on the ground pretending like you're swimming.
But that's my thing.
It's
How
like-
do they know if people panic or actually if they were to be dying in there? How would they even know?
Waiver, motherfucker! You signed up for this shit.
My office manager, her daughter went through that, and she had to actually go to the hospital. She had such a bad panic attack. I thought I was on the edge of it.
Did they say it was no
No, they showed up and
contest because of the waiver?
they showed up and they said, "Waiver, motherfucker."
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you know what you get into if you read it.
Exactly, which none of us did. We
I
scrolled
remember-
through it.
Fuck, I don't
was
give a
it'll be
shit.
sent to my
Yeah.
email. I can read it
Whatever.
walking through the building.
I remember things like, this wasn't that bad. I think the whole thing that makes you scared is that fucking phone room.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree.
totally.
I agree,
Because I
100%.
remember thinking, why did I have to sign a waiver?
Everybody else is
I-
just a person in a mask.
I physically made it through it. I was okay. I didn't panic. And then my first legit panic attack happened in that fucking phone room.
It's terrible.
So
I'm triggered.
I got several Facebook forwards, tagged in messages, everything else about this haunted house that pays you $20,000.
Wait, what?
If you make it all the way through.
Yeah.
It's this place in Tennessee, but there's a 40-page fucking waiver to it.
I'm good.
Exactly.
You
And
throw
that's
phone
everybody
number-
that sent me this, I'm just like, no, you think this would be a good idea.
No.
But
The fee's
what
like a
they're
can of
saying
dog
is
food.
they can fucking stab you.
The Jhavest.
Yeah, seriously, it is. It
Like, they
really
could
is, though.
actually
Like
hurt you.
I've read part of the waiver on
Well,
it,
there's-
and it's like they're saying you could actually be pierced in the hand. You can be fucking contained. Yeah, you're signing up for all kinds of shit. Plus, they make you take a background test,
sports physical?
sports physical, fitness regimen test, everything to check on you. Make
Is it
sure
a
you're
real
okay.
chainsaw they're coming at you
Dude,
with?
it is a fucking torture chamber.
That's
for
number
real.
one, right?
It
Because
is a
if
torture
cutting edge
chamber.
is 13, that's number one.
I don't even know if they even listed for that.
There's a haunted house in Texas that was ran by a church, and supposedly it's one of the scariest haunted
Reindeer
houses.
Manor.
Yes, and at the end of it,
Yeah.
they go, who wants to come to Jesus? Come on now, let's go to Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that's so fucked up, too.
That's awesome.
That's red state. That is totally a red state.
I wanna
But
talk-
yeah, Reindeer Manor makes you sign a fucking waiver also,
Right.
like a giant one, though, because they are allowed to grab you and touch you. They're not allowed to stab you like this other fucking place in
That's
Florida.
nuts. It's Florida.
It is.
It
It's
Florida.
I said Tennessee, but I meant Florida.
It's Florida
It
because
is.
everyone's methed up before they go in and just like, we're gonna get you. Come on.
You're going into Rudy Eugene's house.
Literally, it's just Rudy Eugene's house. They take you to the trailer park
Yeah.
and let you go.
We loaded her up on bath salts again this October.
And he's got the chainsaw. I'm ready. The biggest scare of the night for me, other than the foam, was after the end. I decided I'm going to go to the porta potty. Now the porta potties are lined up, and obviously, if it's red, it's closed.
Right.
If it's green, you're good to go.
Green
and
go.
literally, I
Red
just went
stop.
through the foam house. I'm soaking wet, down to the underwear. I got to piss. Got in the pee hole. Evidently, I got to go. So I go up to the door, and I'm not even joking. I ripped that fucking door open just 2 seconds before.
I gotta piss!
Now, here's the problem. 2 seconds before, in my head, I went, it's green. Fuck it. No one's in
Yep.
there.
Green
so
light.
I ripped that fucker open like a champ, and I swear to God, there was a girl. I saw everything. I'm not going to lie. She stood up. She went, she screamed bloody murder. I saw the thong. I
Turd
saw
was still
everything,
dropping
dude.
out of her ass.
Yeah.
Her legs were spread far enough where you could just see it.
Was she
could
hovering?
She was hovering. I saw the puss. I saw the thong. I saw the pants.
She was
down.
just sitting up there like she was nesting. Like, yeah.
Plop.
She's like,
I immediately, the door, as fast as I whipped it open, it slammed just as hard. I feel so bad for that girl because, number one, that had to have been the biggest scare of her life, seeing this big, white, redneck-looking guy.
maybe she didn't go into the haunted house yet, though. She's just like too concerned about you seeing her fucking poop that nothing scared her the entire time. She walked through the foam pit at a moderate pace, just like, oh, just thinking about it, like, that guy saw me pooping. Just slowly walking through there, like, take me, Jesus,
Like, she
take
just
me.
comes out with like a whole bunch of foam just like over her face. Like,
I deserved it.
Well, why didn't she lock the fucking door?
maybe she was
I
scared.
don't know, maybe, yeah.
There was no guy outside watching the door, which is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have your man outside the door while you're taking a little shack crap or whatever's going on there. And like nothing. So, and the thing was green. I ripped it up. And I put some stank on that rib. And
What the fuck's going on in here?
she screamed. I immediately went, "Wah!" I started laughing and just walked away.
What the
Didn't even have to
fuck?
piss. It was, oh.
You laughed out your urine?
Oh, dude, it was great. I think I trickled a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
There was a little leakage.
You know what? I was soaked already. The bubbles took
Yeah.
it away.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
What a blast, guys! That was
Had a
so
good
much
time.
fun.
That was fun.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Jesus crap!
Javi, first time haunted house experience. What do you think overall?
I loved it. Fuck the phone
Really?
one, but I loved it. I'd do that all over again if I
Yeah.
could.
Do you think there's any circumstances where that could be a better experience? I don't think so. But
No, that was a good experience.
dude, that was amazing. Jake,
Great time.
yeah, dude,
I love 'em.
Next year we should do more.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we should try to do one like every weekend.
No, that seems a bit much. Maybe
No.
just like 2 next year,
No,
3 the next.
every weekend.
1 week for Halloween each.
that
There's
would be
4
amazing.
weeks in October. Let's do it.
I'm so down. Do you think we could get a job at the haunted house?
I would love to.
Wouldn't that be a blast
Holy
to take off and
fuck.
just work like a couple days a week there?
Work like 1 or 2 nights a week, just scaring the shit out of people.
Having a blast.
Holy fuck.
So, Javi, would you work at a haunted house?
No.
No?
Maybe. Then again, I saw a lot of nice asses, but I couldn't tell.
Let's
Is that jailbait?
What about,
how about
I was going to say, you don't think you working there would,
up the chances of the jailbait? I mean, up the chances
that
of
too, but also wouldn't be so prone to being scared of this shit anymore?
That is true. That would help with that.
Like if you're dealing with these people on a regular,
Yeah.
you see them, and then you get to be the one that fucking scares the shit out of people. It could be like a total switch, flip flop, and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking pop out of
really
nowhere
like-
to scare the fuck out of you.
When I was scared by
Drag people into the foam room, just like, go, bitch.
It's your turn.
like when I got scared by the few people that did actually manage to scare me, I was like, I really like getting scared that way.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you might be a closeted adrenaline junkie?
No.
No?
I like the fact that I got scared.
I feel like after the foam room, I might be, because I felt alive after that. I'm not
It's
joking.
weird.
When I came out the other side of that, and after that moment of panic where I lived, I felt like something changed in me.
Yeah.
fucking live.
Yeah, dude.
My throat was on fire for
I
like
I
that
love
night and
roller
the next day.
coasters. That was exciting because I've never experienced anything like that. I've always said I would never jump out of a plane, but I'm like, maybe I might do it.
Yeah, man, you should try DMT or mushrooms also.
No, I'm good on that.
I'm definitely going to try DMT.
Otherwise, other than the haunted house, what did you think of the whorehouse? Oh, we didn't go to the whorehouse.
Oh, hey.
I was about to say, what whorehouse?
The horrors.
The whorehouse.
Oh, the barn. Okay.
So, we're going to throw a little addendum on here real quick.
And then they called it the Addendum Podcast.
All right, so
Dum 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 dum.
everyone get a
Dum
little-
dum dum dum.
All right, we'll rock with that. All right, we had finished the podcast. We were good. We played a game. We had a great time. But we came back when Jake was with his phone, and we had a couple more drinks, by the way, did I mention that? He came to us with his phone showing us these Mckamey Manor that he was talking about earlier in the podcast.
It's the $20,000 prize whorehouse that you got with the 40-page waiver.
For those out there that are not from the South, he just said horror, not whore.
Well, it's located in Tennessee.
No, I felt like I said what I wanted.
So it's located in Tennessee,
Florida
is that
or
correct?
Tennessee? It is Tennessee. I believe.
And you said that initially, earlier.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he's got a location in Tennessee and
I said
Alabama.
Florida.
But this
Yeah.
place is so scary, sometimes it moves to Florida. That's all I'm going to say. The headline reads on Fox 10, Mckamey Manor, petition created to shut down extreme haunted house that requires 40-page waiver. The first picture you see is a man with what looks like a barbecued face with a tarantula crawling across it.
Yeah.
The second picture looks like the same man with a
Bloodshot eye?
jizz-stained sock going into his mouth with bloodshot eyes. Let me read from this. Summertown, Tennessee. Mckamey Manor.
Paint a picture.
Mckamey Manor describes itself as an extreme haunted experience where guests are promised the most terrifying and mentally exhausting 10-plus hours of their lives. 10-plus hours
That's insane.
of their lives.
That's
But now,
fucking insane.
a petition calling it a torture chamber under disguise has reached over 40,000 signatures in a bid to shut down the attraction. Russ Mckamey owns and operates multiple locations of the Extreme Haunted House in Summertown, Tennessee, and Huntsville, Alabama. Oh, there was multiple states. And he requires visitors to fulfill a long list of requirements, including a 40-page waiver. A 40-page waiver. Would you read that? I didn't read the one that we went to.
I don't even read the ones that I fucking get prompted to make updates on my phone.
Exactly. In the completion of a physical exam, the price of admission, a bag of dog food. What the fuck is going on at Mckamey Manor?
They didn't know that no one's going to survive that shit.
Yeah, nobody's going to make it through the 10 hours to claim the 20,000.
I
It's almost like
guarantee
a
it. The reason why it's
win-win.
so fucked up, I guarantee they don't even have $20,000.
You don't think?
I think if somebody actually made it past, they're like, ooh, fuck.
Do you think old man
Yeah.
Mckamey's just sitting in the back jerking off as people are
Probably.
running
I
through
think
it?
it's like his greatest fetish ever.
Keep in mind, visitors must also follow strict guidelines, which include no cussing, no drinking, no smoking, no running. It's like school again. No eating and no touching of the actors or props. While a safe word allegedly promised, this is a sexual thing, promises a prompt exit from the intense experience. The petition called "Shut Down Mckamey Manor" claims otherwise. The petition alleges that Mckamey specifically targets people he deems most easily manipulated. Is this a power play?
Yeah, definitely.
Is this the the trailer park we were talking about going down to? Is that what this...
Yeah. Yeah, this is totally that.
Would you guys... All right, evidently this is real. Would you guys go to this? Seeing the tarantula in the face, seeing the semen-soaked sock in the guy's mouth, seeing that you can't curse.
The scariest thing to me is walking for 10 hours. No.
No?
Yeah, well, on top of that, how are you supposed to get through it if people are touching you, and supposedly also they're allowed to, be stabbed in the hand and all kinds of shit, and you sign up for it?
That's fucking insane. What the fuck? All right, one Reddit user wrote that the reason Mckamey doesn't accept any money is because he only desires the footage of what he puts his customers through, calling it torture porn. His payment is having footage of people crying, throwing up, having a mental breakdown, and begging for him to let them go. The user added that Mckamey has admitted to exclusively employing people with touchy past, including some with felonies for violent behavior. Oh, Jesus, man. Just reading this makes me...
You know who'd be able to collect the 20 G's at the end of this?
Who?
Albert Fish.
Who's Albert Fish?
Oh, fuck. I hated reading about that guy.
Who was Albert Fish?
He was a pedophile that killed kids.
But he's also like one of the most notorious serial killers of all time also.
And what he used to do was this is what really got me fucked up about him. He would write letters to the parents of the kids that he killed, and he would tell them exactly how they tasted. It's like,
What
oh yeah,
the fuck?
your son's buttocks was the most sweetest sweet I've ever had. Like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
This
He
guy
also
was
liked to
fucked.
be he liked to be paddled in the ass with like a paddle that had nails embedded into it.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He'd fucking stick needles into his fucking crotch and all kinds of shit. You should really watch House of a Thousand Corpses
I think
again.
I need to, yeah. 100%.
They talk about it at the beginning
Oh.
of the Murder House.
Yeah.
While the website for the tour claims that only people who pass an extensive medical background test are permitted,
Yes. That's all I'm
quote
saying.
unquote, 10 minutes of getting duct tape wrapped around your head, forced to eat things, being waterboarded, or forced underwater is something writers of the petition allege cross a line.
So, basically, you're either a serial killer or a Navy SEAL.
Oh, dude,
That's
Navy
the only
SEAL.
way. That's
Cake.
what I'm saying. They only do what?
Cake. Navy
Oh, that's
SEAL
what I'm
do
saying.
that.
That's the only way you can get through it is
100%.
if you're one of these two.
I don't want to play with that. Or if they start with the foam room, once again, I ain't
Just
fucking
like,
around.
starting off, you're just like,
No,
safe word!
No, I'm good.
Safe
I'm
word!
good. Peanuts!
Safe
Peanuts!
word!
$20,000, though.
Lucrative, yeah.
Yeah.
But at what cost?
I don't like spiders, and I don't like getting paddled by...
You like Spider-Man.
I do like Spider-Man. Out of us three, who do you think would be the first one to at least attempt it?
I'm lazy as fuck.
You think Jake? I'm going to put Jake up there, too. Jake, me, Hobbs. I'm sorry.
I'm not even going to tell. I want to tap out by the time I hit page 20
How long
of
do
the
you
fucking
last?
waiver.
How long do you last?
It's like I get to page 20 of the waiver, like I'm not doing this. It's too much. I
So
don't
you
want to
don't
read
even make
all
it
this.
past the paperwork.
Let's say we don't read it.
All right. Don't
Just sign
read
it? Okay.
We agree in unison. We're not going to read the paperwork. We're going into this motherfucker. The first thing they come out and do is they hand you a trench line and say, eat this bitch.
Well,
How long do you last?
You gonna fucking make me?
No. I mean, it's your choice.
No, I'm
Sign
gonna
up
tell
for
him.
it. Look, you paid your can of dog
Yeah.
food.
You
did
brought
it.
your bag of kibbles and bits. Come on, bitch.
But the only way you lose the $20,000 is if you say the safe word.
Okay. Somebody's getting a text. Do you hear that?
I did.
That's like some old school shit
Yeah, it
right
is.
there.
Yeah, it
Remember
is.
when the text used to come back,
Oh, yeah.
back in the day and you'd be playing some music and all of a sudden you're...
Yeah, you got the auxiliary cord with the
Exactly.
cassette player in
I
it.
didn't know it still did that
I
shit,
didn't
dude.
either.
That was crazy.
That wasn't me,
Oh,
but
I'll make sure to be. If I do this, I want to be off my meds for like 2 months.
All right,
And I
Shark
wanna
Eyed
be, I want to be
Hobby.
like Shark. I was like, you're gonna fucking. You don't have to make me eat that shit.
All right.
You're gonna physically have to get some of your boys to hold me down. Otherwise, I'm gonna barrel right through your sorry
I
ass.
think that if you start with the foam room, for me, I'm out. You start with the spider, I'm out. I think I last maybe an hour past it. What are they? I mean, do they start small, right? And then build up,
I don't
right?
know.
Jake, do you think you make it through the whole 10-hour experience?
hell no. I wouldn't do it. I would get too tired, have to fucking piss. I'd be like, fuck
You can't
you.
piss. You can't even say you have to piss. No cursing allowed.
Yeah, but they didn't say no pissing allowed.
That's true.
So maybe I could just
Right.
piss in there on them.
Or you could just piss on them. Like
Do you
you
think-
freak
Or I could
them
just,
out.
I could just piss on my pants and then just run through the foam pit at the end and say,
Boom.
no, I didn't piss
I
my
didn't
pants.
piss 'em.
What? What are you talking about? I was just running through the foam pit.
Do you think Mckamey is like some weird dark Willy Wonka who comes out and he's just like, oh, my children, yes.
I think Mckamey is a fucking pseudonym. His real name is Mckamey.
It is Mckamey because he
Well,
puts it in the
you
sock.
Can, you can always just
throws
like
it in
flip
your
the
mouth.
script. Like before you even enter, just cover yourself in your own piss and shit. Be like,
All right, okay.
Like fucking.
Like you're Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator.
Yeah, just like
Like
if
you just
flip
cover
it,
yourself.
so if this guy gets off on that
Look.
shit, all you gotta do is just flip it. Be like, come at me, bro. There's nothing you
Tell
can
you
do.
what, you want to know how you beat this haunted house? You walk inside with your own butcher knife.
I just like the way to beat it is to be freakier and weirder than the
Oh, of
situation.
course. Yeah, you got to freak them out.
Like I always have this theory that like if a guy's about to rape a chick and the chick's like, oh yeah, I'm really fucking into it. Let's do this. Well, the rapist like, oh.
Yeah, he goes away. That's all I'm saying. You can't rate the willing.
He disappears
That's
like
why
that.
the old
Home
adage
Alone.
is like, no.
The rapist will be the one to pass judgment on. He's like, oh, you fucking freak.
Yeah. No. You goddamn slut.
You need Jesus. You fucking slut. Jesus Christ. You're going to hell.
Yeah. Whore, I'm trying to rape you, okay? And you're into it? Not my style, not my tempo.
You need Jesus. You need to go to church on Sunday.
Oh, God, lady, you need help.
You fucking disgust me, you fucking freak.
Oh, what a duplicitous twat.
Oh, God, on that note, Addendum.
I don't say this much about my victims, but you're a fucking cunt.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're really
There's something
bad.
wrong with you.
You are fucked up, lady.
All right, Addendum done.
Done.
And then done.
And then we're done.
And then done.
Anything else you guys want to add about the haunted house?
It's great.
Should people go to it?
Yes.
Yes.
Go to Cutting Edge, you fucking
Definitely
losers.
recommend it. It's gotten pricier and pricier every year, but you know what? I still think it's worth it because they add on more every year.
Totally got our money's worth. Too.
Yeah.
And
I think so.
And it feels like you're in a warehouse, old school. Like, it's
The
just got so much going on.
Only complaint that I had is that it goes by faster than what you think it does.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially within your little group or whatever, you know, you got people in front of you, so you're kind of going at their pace,
Right.
which is why at points I'd be like,
They
let's
break it
stop and slow down because I could hear ahead of me the screams coming out,
Right.
you know, so I'm just like, let's just wait and see what happens. But if I weren't being rushed, it'd be even better.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of just
to live in it for a while.
slowly just kind of fucking walk through.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
what the
I-
Except for the
fuck?
phone room. Give
Like,
me
I-
through that.
Hell yeah, fuck
I
that.
read
No,
that
we'll take the quick exit next year. Seriously, we've already done it once. That's all we need to do.
But I feel
mean,
like
I've done
it is
more than
it's
once.
an experience. Like, you have to do that. That's part of it.
Like, I read that it was a mile. I was like, oh, fuck, I can't walk a mile.
You did it.
But I did it no problem.
Actually,
It went by
that's-
so fucking
That's
fast.
something I want to point out. We wanted you to go with us because you were adamantly saying, and you can listen to the previous podcast, that you would not go.
No fucking
We
way.
were so proud of the fact that you went. Number one,
Fuck
we
yeah.
wanted you to go because doing anything with Javi is a good time. Going to the movies, like I said, going to any event, haunted house. Dude, the way you react to stuff is a blast. So we're watching you. You literally made that for us. You made that a better experience. But secondly, the fact that you faced your fears, there's a certain amount of pride I know
Yeah.
we both have for you, being able to walk through that, because you were so adamant you'd never do it. And to watch you transform throughout that
To
and
go.
just become like a pimp.
All right, let's just fucking do it.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, is first time leading
Yeah.
a lot of the time.
And it
also.
does make a difference.
Yeah.
It does. Like, you get the first chance to be scared. You have to explore things first. You have to lead the group.
Yep.
Dude, fucking bravo. That's all I have to say. Fucking bravo, dude.
Oh, thanks, guys.
And I'm super proud of you for doing it because, once again, you've also overcome one of your fears.
As am I.
Yeah.
Very.
Fucking rocked it, dude. We
Thanks,
love you.
guys.
sir.
Appreciate
I love
it.
you.
I love you
I
guys
love
both.
I love you too.
I love
I
you,
love
man.
both of y'all.
Thank you
I'm
so much.
glad that we did this.
Fuck yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Hopefully, you'll go check it out. Be open for maybe another week, I think. But go do it next year. Definitely. Hopefully, we'll see you there. Thank you so much for listening. Check us out on the web. You can go to our Facebook at We Are Error on Facebook, of course. Check out the YouTube channel, Quack Attack 5000. I just threw up my Cuphead review. Check out Jake's other podcast with Dan Danzy, The Crowd's Fault. Fucking great. Send us an email at quackattack5000 at
Comment.
at gmail.com. Comment, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely do.
Like, share, subscribe.
Absolutely. And this has been Duck. I've been here with
Jake.
And
Javi.
do not rip open a porta potty. you're gonna see some stuff.
Jesus, I haven't made it to the phone pit yet.
I saw it.
They got the ghost
Dude,
with
I'm
the drum
telling-
band
I'm
coming
telling
in
you.
here.
That happened to that poor girl.
140. Oh, God.
I'm telling you, that happened to that poor girl just from that haunted house. Fucking-
She didn't even have to go. She got her $40 worth.
She's like,
Let's
well,
go, guys.
Yeah. Fuck this.
I just had the greatest scare of my life. I'm fucking done.
Yeah. Oh, that was good. I saw everything.
I seen it. I seen it.
And there it is. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you have enjoyed it, please do not forget, share with your friends. That is how we grow the network. And if this is your first time listening, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love the other podcast here on the We Are Podcast Network. We have We Are Bagu, a video game podcast featuring me and Dr. Ethan Eastwood. That's where we talk Atari to Steam and everything in between. Don't forget, Heroes Gyros, a Dungeons and Distraction side quest. Me and the boys were sitting down, we're playing some D&D, we're having so much fun. You can go and start that from the beginning of the journey, Season 1, Episode 1. You're going to love it all the way through. And finally, I Hate Being Sober. Personal stories from epic people. I'm going to sit down with some of the most epic people I've ever met in this world, and we're going to talk about their life, we're going to talk about their trials and tribulations, and we're just going to talk about their journey this far. Head on over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /WeArePodcast. Also, head over to the Facebook group, We Are Era. We would love to see you in that group. And don't forget, if you've enjoyed the podcast today, share it with your friends. That's the only way we can grow this network. With that said, do not forget, support local comedy in any way that you can. We really do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.